Ooh, yeah, that'll be a good one. Oh no, I could use that one. What? Hello and welcome to the Battling Barrow and another terrain crafting video. In this one I needed a pit trap that was covered by a rug. So I've already done something similar before, so this will be a nice, quick and easy build. So nothing to it other than to get crafting and try and speak English. So this is the room in question, and it is described as a large stained rug covers the centre of this otherwise empty chamber, and the rug is 2x2 squares. This is 5 foot per square, but I'm sort of increasing the size and making it 10 foot. I think. No, I'm going to stick with 5 foot actually. I will stick with 5 foot, so it'll be 2x2 squares. So that'll be 2.5 by 2.5 inches. So the first thing we are going to have to do is make a 4x4 square. So this is just following the standard way I make my dungeon tiles. My squares are 1.25 inches just to allow for a bit of extra room really. So I shall do that. This is the same technique as the very first video, the dungeon tile video, so go and watch that if you need to know. The difference here now is I want to cut out the middle 4 squares, and I will probably actually use these as a little small 2x2 room or something, so I shall base these. But for now, just want to chop out the middle bit, like so. Yeah. So for this going to waste, base this up, paint it up, can be used for something. And now, whilst we're waiting for the tile to dry, we can get on with the important bit for this, and that is the rug that is covering the trap. It's the fun part. So all I'm going to do is do an image search for one square rug, and probably find a suitable rug. Now that looks alright. If you can't find one that is perfectly square, this is 280 by 245 kind of, so it's not going to be perfectly square, just resize it in your paint package of choice so it's square. It will look a little bit uneven. That's what I've had to do to mine here. That's a nice one as well. So yeah, pick one, resize it so it's square. So what do I mean by resize? So here I've got a rug texture I want to use, so it's not square. I am using paint.net because it's free and easy to use. So for this I would go to the image menu, go to resize or press Ctrl R, and here I would take its width, which is 895, unclick maintain aspect ratio, which I don't want that. Put it here so the width and the height are now the same, and boom, we have a square. Okay, we have our square, but I now need to get this so I can print this out onto A4 paper, and it will be about 2.5 inches by 2.5 inches. So I'm going to resize it again, but this time I am going to go down to print size and select inches, and I could make it 2.5, and this time I can check maintain aspect ratio, so I only have to, if I adjust the width it will also adjust the height. But I wanted to make it just ever so slightly oversized, so I'm going to make it 265, so it's just going to be a smidge extra sized, like so, and I shall save that. Now paint.net isn't very good for printing, especially not to get things done correctly. So for this we'll flip over to good old MS Paint. And when you've got it open in MS Paint, go to File, Print, and Print Preview. And we can see this is going to be miles too big because it's trying to get it so it fits the entire page, which you don't really want. So go to Page Setup, and down here to Scaling, just do Adjust to 100% normal size. You can see in the preview here, it's about the right size. And you do that, and boom, there you have it. And you now have to print that out. And now that's printed out, I can see that it is just over 2.5 inches, which is what I want, like 2.5 inches. So I can cut this out. Like so. What I want to do now is just stick this on some chipboard just to protect it a bit. Just going to move over to the painting station. I have some Mod Podge, Matte Mod Podge here. And what I want to do is just try and protect it a bit, is give it a quick going over with it. Try not to keep going over it, so I don't want to loosen the ink up that's already there. I believe there is a spray that you can buy that sort of protects inkjet printing. I might have to look into that. Good for when I do print out PDFs as well for the cover and so forth. But for now, this will do. Don't want this being grey, so I'm going to paint it sort of a yellow colour. The full guide to that is in the main dungeon tile video, but for now I'm just going to undercoat it in a burnt umber. The reason I'm showing this is because I also want to paint this here, and I'm probably, what I should do is show you this bit now. Get some watered down burnt umber. What I want to do is just paint this here and try and get a effect as if the it's going off into the distance. So what I'm going to do, hopefully you can see that. Done this a number of different times, different places on the channel. You effectively wet blending, going from the base brown colour into black. Just give the illusion that there is a wall running off there. Next, I am going to dry brush some Spear Staff Brown by Nostalgia 88 onto it, because I want a sort of yellowish, brownish yellow room. What I'm going to do is come in and just paint a bit around the edge here onto the actual floor itself, so we're trying to get that and slightly wet blend it in to the brown we put down previously. And now a final dry brush of Orc Brown, also by Nostalgia 88. Just to pick out the highlights, and I'm not worried about using it for the whole, we've got the general impression. So that is the actual tile painted and done, and this is what it looks like when it's done. So you can put it down, if they step on the middle bit, reveal it, and you've got a trap descending into nothingness. Yay! One thing I would say though is don't do what I did the first time I used this in a game. Put it down with a carpet in place and leave it on the table. That's instantly suspicious. Print out other rugs, or utilise this one earlier on in the game and just put it on the tile as a rug. Because as soon as I put this down, this looks suspicious as heck, and no one would step in the middle. So little tip if you're gonna do this. First of all, I might actually start making more rugs anyway, just for decor. So if I find any, I might put them on a sheet for you to print off, and I'll bung it on to Patreon or something. But But that's it for this video, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for just being awesome and supporting the channel. Thank you to the my patrons I have. You guys are blooming wonderful, and I do vow this year to do a bit more with my Patreon and interact a bit more there. That's it for this video. We'll have a look at this all set up, I think, now. Do a little musical showcase thing that I like doing at the end of my videos. Until the next one, guys, stay safe, take care, bye bye.